Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome as well. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today is what to do when your gym runs out of money. What to do when your gym runs out of money. Now, before we get into our topic today, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can across the globe. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding. You have an existing operation, you need funding. We can provide funding for up to $400,000. It is unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The minimum credit scores to qualify for this are a 680 or better in all three credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and a minimum income of $50,000 per year, each of the two previous years. Check out the links below under financing and funding for more information on that particular program, as well as other financing opportunities as well. So with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's what do you do when your gym runs out of money? Okay? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get close, okay? And so I want to give you some things to think about, some possible solutions, and how we can help, prop your business up. And so number one, assess the reason. What's the reason you're running out of money? What is the reason, for this? Is it low sales? Is it ineffective marketing? Did you try to bootstrap it from the start and never kind of recovered from it? But make sure you assess the reason, because unless we can identify, what caused this problem, what is causing this to happen, it's going to continue and continue, okay? So it has to be identified. If you're not sure what that reason is, feel free to hit me up. Check the links below. Happy to chat with you about a little strategy session in terms of understanding maybe what is the reason, okay, that your gym is struggling. Why are you running out of money? Is it an attrition issue? I mean, I've had clubs that just were going gangbusters in sales, but expenses were massively high and attrition was massively high. And those are the things, and those were kind of the end result problems. That wasn't the real problem. We had to kind of dig deeper, to even find that. So make sure you assess the reason, first and foremost. Number two, your business is running out of money. Speed up member payments. Speed up member payments. Now, you have to be a little bit careful on this, and depending on where you're located and what state laws are or regulations are in your particular area, make sure you're following, kind of the law of the land. Here in the U.S., most states are going to be required to be bonded, and bonding, it's to protect the consumer, right? So make sure you have all those things in place. But you want to speed up customer payments. And one of the things I would suggest here, you can't do it with everybody. Take maybe your top 20 long-term members, maybe offer a special where if they prepay for 12 months, you give some extra value. This is something the owner should do, by the way. I wouldn't have everybody else do it. Only the owner should do this. But your top customers, 10, 12, 15, 20 of them, offer them an incentive to prepay for a year or even prepay for 2 years, okay? Nothing unusual with folks doing that. I know we've had other, difficult situations where we've had to use those strategies, and I've had owners say, when we got through all this, Jim, I'm in a better financial position now than I ever have been. Okay, because they took these steps. Just make sure you're careful on that. You can't do it with everybody, and make sure you're following the rules and the laws of your particular area on what's required. But speed up customer payments. Get them to prepay, and they'll do it if you're going to the right ones. Okay. Number three, what to do when your gym runs out of money. Negotiate with your vendors. Okay. Basically, the rule is you're only going to pay what keeps you in business. But what you need to do is communicate with all your vendors, let them know what the circumstances are, let them know what your intentions are, and keep them in the loop. You'll find, at least my experience tells me, you'll find that most will, they'll ride with you because they understand this is part of it. These things happen. What gets us in trouble is when we don't communicate. Okay, or we don't have a plan. So negotiate with your vendors. I mean, if we can either skip some payments, reduce some payments, stretch them out, now we got more cash coming in, and now we've got less overhead. Number 4 on my list, this one probably goes without saying, ramp up your sales. Ramp up your sales. Now, first thing I would do is let's turn your current customer into a prospect. Let's take your current members. How can they become prospects? Can we sell add-ons? Can we sell upgrades? How are we approaching personal training? How are we approaching retail? How are we approaching supplements? And this could be part of your problems that we're not doing it properly. We have to look at that. And again, if you need help on that, check the links below. Happy to chat with you about that, because if now all of a sudden more money in the bank, we got lower overhead, now we can get more sales going. Now you got a shot at this. Are you using email marketing? Okay. Are you marketing to former members? Okay. The idea here on this, on ramping up sales, ultimately what you have to do, there's 2 big things. You have to overcome obscurity, because right now not enough people know who you are. They can't do business with you if people don't know who you are. So we have to really put our foot on the accelerator and get that message out without breaking the bank. We have to do it kind of boots on the ground, so to speak. But then make sure we've got a sales process internally to potentially convert, the lion's share of those folks when they come in. Number 5 on my list, and this kind of goes on any list, I think, when we're trying to get something turned around or when we're going to run out of money, but cut expenses. And it's just not an arbitrary cut. Okay, I've kind of talked about some things that can do that. But if you have programs that are not profitable, stop. Let's end them right now, or at least pause them. If we have staff that's not producing like they need to, let's have the hard conversation, perhaps reassign them, to another role where they can be more productive. But you have to cut expenses. Everything has to be producing. If your business is running out of money, everything has to be producing. Okay. And then number 6 on my list is, weigh your financing options. You hear me talk about this quite a bit here on the channel because, this is a big issue for so many gyms. But, look at potentially applying for financing. The programs you hear me talk about, those are no risk, no cost, no risk. Why not take a look? When in doubt, apply. Always take a look. And there's other programs available. Check out our links below on those programs, because we truly do have something for everybody and every situation on that. But make sure you weigh your financing options, not only for today, but how can you set the stage for the future as you start getting this turned around. Okay, let's get some funding, let's get flush with capital, and now let's get ready to go. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here on the channel today. If you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. To learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And again, for you folks who are looking to open a new gym, you need funding, you have an existing operation, you need funding, we can help provide up to $400,000 in funding that has, no restrictions on use. There's no collateral. It's minimum credit score of 680 or better in all 3 credit bureaus. Minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. Check out the links below under financing and funding for more information on that and other programs to help you with funding. So again, folks, my name is Jim Thomas. Appreciate you being here on the channel today, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.